It is a little early to start looking forward to the 2023 NBA season, but not for Charles Barkley, who has already made his prediction on the winner of next season. He says the LA Clippers, who are getting Kawhi Leonard and Paul George back, will be the NBA champions next season. Do you think this is a good prediction or a bad prediction?
I'd love to bet him a Charles Barkley dinner on that. Because
you should honestly shoot higher than dinner. Like,
well, he probably has a pretty big dinner.
Yeah,
I think I'd be pretty fulfilled after that. Yeah, Kawhi Leonard, one of the best players on the planet. We know that. But is he forgetting how West is what they're done this year without a bunch of players?
Right.
Let's start with the Warriors, who are pretty good, right?
Right.
Gary Payton has not played against the Mavericks. He's probably not going to play in the finals. He's one of their best young players.
Yeah.
They've got a 7-footer named Jonathan Wiseman who hasn't played all year,
right,
who's going to be a star in this league. I don't see any of the Warriors going anywhere.
Right.
Steve Kerr's back. Stephen Curry's he's in the prime of his career. They've got guys everywhere, and they're all coming back. They're going to be better next year. That's the scary thing.
I think the Dallas Mavericks would be able to beat the LA Clippers next season. Hot take?
Tim
I don't
Hardaway
know if
Jr.
That's that hot of a take.
The Hardaway Jr. coming back. They've got to re-sign Jalen Brunson. But you look at the Nuggets are going to get Jamal Murray back, one of the best players on the planet.
Right.
So the West is going to be much better, including at the top two teams. So. Will the Clippers be better with Kawhi? Duh, that's a no-brainer. But are they going to make the gap from play-in game to world champions? Let's bet dinner, Chuck. I got you.
I love it. The NBA draft is just around the corner, which is crazy. It feels like the season is just
it's not even over.
Yeah, it's fine.
We're ready for 2023. Let's go.
There is storylines galore when it comes to the NBA draft. It seems like the major storyline is where will the big three be drafted? Jabari Smith, Chet Holmgren, and Paolo Banchero. Where do you think they will go? Is that the biggest storyline in your mind?
It's got to be, and it's kind of a weird year because those are clearly the three best players, and the three teams at the top of the draft have needs everywhere. It's not like they, you know where a guy's going to go because they need a certain position. The Magic, the Thunder, and the Rockets, they all need positions everywhere. The thing I would look for, though, is I watched a lot of college basketball this year. I know you do, too.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced on Chet Holmgren. Gonzaga. Now, he's 7 feet, but he's not...
Rail thin.
Rail thin.
Yeah.
I mean, like...
I used to cover University of Oregon, and when Bull was heading into the draft, everyone was
that
like...
skinny, but he's in that league.
He's pretty thin.
And if you...
But Bull has put on weight.
He has.
Yeah.
And Chet Holmgren will put on weight, right? He has to. But you think of, he's a 7-footer skilled. You think of Dirk Nowitzki. He's not near that kind of range as a shooter.
Yeah.
And not near that kind of even a post-up game. He excelled against the very, very weak West Coast Conference.
Right.
But I saw him play against teams like Alabama in the preseason. I saw him play against Arkansas in the NCAA tournament. He got in immediate foul trouble because he couldn't hold his position down low.
Right.
And smaller, more athletic guys would get him in foul trouble. So Jabari Smith is NBA ready right now. He might be an all-star next year to me. I don't know if he's got a lot of ceiling because he's probably as good as he's already going to be at 18 years old. That's what a freak he is.
Right.
But beware Chet Holmgren. Sorry.
Wow. Big alert. I like it. The Dallas Mavericks made the postseason for the third straight season, but of course they did get bounced by the Golden State Warriors. There is a huge question mark surrounding the Mavs this offseason involving Jalen Brunson. So let's talk about the pros and the cons of keeping Jalen in Dallas.
The pro and the con is you have to. If you're going to build on this year's success, which first time they won a playoff series in 10 years, you've got to keep Jalen Brunson because Luka is so ball dominant. He's not an easy guy to play with if you're one of his guards because Jalen Brunson he creates plays off the dribble. But Luka keeps the ball 23 seconds of the shot clock almost every possession. But Jalen Brunson's a guy who can deal with that ego-wise, which is a big thing in the NBA, and also can play off of him. And if you don't keep Jalen Brunson, that's a step back because they don't have another player that can create the shot off the dribble. As good as Dorian Finney-Smith is and Reggie Bullock and even Tim Hardaway Jr., they're not guys who at the end of the shot clock let's dribble and create it's catch and shoot. Jalen Brunson can do that. If they don't re-sign him, they got to find another Jalen Brunson, and why not just keep the one you have?
Let's talk about the cons then of keeping Jalen Brunson. How about the price tag?
Well, that's it. there goes your salary cap if
Right.
you keep Jalen Brunson.
Yes.
But
And is it worth it when there's other players in the league that could play similar roles?
similar but better because you've already. I mean, if Jalen Brunson, when he goes on the open market, he's going to command top dollar.
Right.
What he did in the playoffs was not. It wasn't a secret. It was all for everybody to see.
Yeah.
Down to the last 4 teams, every GM, every player watched every game. And even though he didn't have a great series against the Warriors, what he did when Luka was out in the first round against the Jazz, that's when people were like, this guy's a star of this league. Now, is he number 2 star? Is he number 1 star? I think he just fits so well for the Mavericks and vice versa and I think he'll realize that. Now, again, he's talked about wanting to stay here, and everybody says the right things until the offer sheet's in front of you. But I think he stays with the Mavericks because I think both sides know we got a good thing going, and we're just building something here.
Yeah, I did think it was interesting, head coach Jason Kidd saying that he knows this side of the game all too well, the business side. And he said that no matter what happens with Jalen, he'll understand. And I did kind of get the sense, of course, they're saying, yeah, that's number 1 priority, signing Jalen. But I also got that sense of like, but we can only pay him this amount. And if he doesn't want to take it and there's somebody else out there offering him more, we understand.
It's kind of a good problem to have for the Mavericks for a while is we know we can't keep all of our good players. When 3 or 4 years ago it was we need to just get 1 good player. Now we've got too many, so that's a good problem to have going forward.
The Dallas Mavericks look to upgrade their center position this offseason. And of course, there's a ton of names flying around already. And there's some pipe dreams out there, some realistic, some unrealistic.
Yep.
The Mavs are always linked to Miles Turner. And recently we're seeing Rudy Gobert's name get thrown out there. Oof. Who would be a good fit, in your opinion, for the Mavs, whether it's a pipe dream or not?
I mean, let's shoot for the moon and go Miles Turner.
Okay.
Can block shots, throw it to him in the low post, and he demands a double team, which for Luka would be a whole new world opening up to basketball. Now, is that realistic? I don't know. Would Mavericks fans, after that playoff series and the history between Rudy and Luka, would they accept Rudy Gobert? I mean, that'd be
Rudy's
interesting.
One of those players that you don't like if he's on your other team or you're on
You're
the
gonna
opposing
love him
team,
on your
but if
team.
he's on your team, you're okay with
But
him.
boy, there's some bad blood.
There is some bad blood.
But what he does is exactly what the Mavericks need.
Right.
We've talked about it all year, and it got exacerbated in the Warriors series. They got out-rebounded every single game by double digits except for 1 game.
Right.
But the one thing the Mavericks clearly needed to get to the next level was they can't lose the rebounding battle by 10 every night.
Oh.
And the Warriors did it with a guy named Kevon Looney.
Right.
And who, was a low draft pick that came out of nowhere.
Right.
The Mavericks just need the version of that. A guy who's going to scrap and create more possessions during a game.
15 rebounds every game.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that translates into more shots. And when you get the Warriors shooters, that's a losing proposition for the opposition. The Mavericks need, I don't know if it's Miles Turner, I don't know if it's Rudy, I don't know if it's Looney's little brother. It's a guy like that who just gobbles rebounds and puts his ego on the side.
I like it.